Hi. Well, today's topic is about the uncertainty of the human condition. So, let's get into it. Yeah? You know, I think it was when I did the last video that I suddenly realized how much are we annoyed by uncertainty. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the video I'm going to link somewhere here. The thing is, we are annoyed by uncertainty, and it's the most human thing that we should be annoyed about. We don't know when we're going to lose our jobs. We never know when we're going to die. We never know when we're going to get sick. It is certainly the most annoying thing out there. And it's the most present thing in our lives. And I think that's why we try to pretend that like it's not there, that uncertainty. But the reality is that it is always there. And we can't escape it. And it's annoying as fuck. Yeah. Not knowing what's going to be next. And we try to pretend with schedules, agenda, I don't mean by that with agenda. That's a different, agenda in Spanish, it's like schedule, you know, okay, according to my bucket list, I have to do this and this and this and this and this, and the reality is that we don't know what's going to happen in 5 minutes from now. Like, we could just collapse with a heart attack. So, we plan to avoid the anxiety of a certain demise and a certain, ending, but at the same time, there is this uncertainty aspect of, I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know when anything's going to end. And I think that's the thing that annoys us the most, and the most triggering thing we could ever find is that we don't really know anything, and not only that, we don't really know about ourselves, others. No one thinks are going to happen. We're just at the mercy of time and circumstances. And that's annoying. It's annoying because you're just like, why? When can I be sure that at least I can count on this? You can't count on anything. And I think that's something we have learned, every single one of us, during the last quarantine. Speaking of sickness and in health, I was talking about that and I just started coughing, like the irony, right? And that's, I think, the most annoying aspect of everything. You try to plan, you try to get organized, you try to schedule, you try to plan for your life. But life is full of uncertainty, especially if you're surrounded with people who are fickle. Fickle, that's why I think we hate fickle people. It's because they can just, in one bad morning they have, they can just turn your world upside down. And that's just so annoying. But of course it's going to annoy us. The fact that we don't know when everything's going to happen, when we're going to lose our loved ones, it's one of the most annoying things, or at least in my life. The vast majority of people, I lost it. It was really sudden. It was really unexpected and really brutal circumstances. And we rarely saw it coming. Rarely. And that's the thing, that's why a student of mine, mind you, this is an adult, I didn't talk about these topics with a child, dear God, no. Can you imagine? The kid would be like, I need a therapist. No, please don't. I was just casually talking to her while I was writing in her notebook some things she would have to do to practice English. She said to me, maybe what you're looking for is stability. And I was like, fuck. That hit in a nerve. And I was like, maybe. Absolutely a trigger. How interesting. Perhaps that is the correct answer. Thank you very much. And I was like, at the same time I was trying to focus in the verb to be. I was like, fuck. She's so right. She's so right. So, yeah. Some of us, especially those of us who come from, I'm correcting my makeup, I can see it. It's all good and mumble already. Great. Those of us who grew up in homes that were everything but stable, we're trying, or still are in situations that everything but stable. Not only we have the fear of losing the very little stability we have gained, but on top of that, we are in a constant quest for that stability we never had. And that's a pity. That's why I guess so many of this generation that grew up with divorced parents are now not that prone to reproduce so quickly, because they say, oh no, I want to be established, I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do this and that before having kids, and I just don't have the right conditions. Maybe because we have grown up in a completely unstable environment, we now fear the lack of stability and we don't want our kids to go through the same. And it's just so sad. I have said it before and I say it once again. I am not a crybaby. I just have my moon in Cancer. So if you don't like it, you may leave this chat room. Chat room? Video. Okay? Anyhow. Where was I? So yeah, if we want to move forward and actually have a life, you know, and not to just let time go by, we're going to have to make peace with the instability of life and the fickleness of the people around us and the fickleness of it all. And it's just try to make our best within the circumstances. There is no other thing that we can do about it. We're humans. Tomorrow we could drop dead. Tomorrow we might get hit by a car, something like that. God forbid, of course. So, you know, that doesn't take the fact that we're humans. We can't control the future. We can't even control what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes. So, at the very least, what we can do is just to make peace with it and just take a deep breath and try to carry on. Because we will never be able to become more stable. And whenever we think we have stability, our house could be on fire. Anything could happen. Anything. A ghost could be in the house. I don't know. So, if we want to have a life, or at least my generation that is making all kind of excuses not to have a life, we're going to have to realize that, unfortunately, life goes on with or without us. And whether we like it or not, it's going to be unstable, it's going to get messy, and it's going to get ugly. And although I would love to give the future generations a more stable future, I don't think I can. I'm going to do my best. And the only thing stable, I think, within the whole thing, maybe it's going to be me and my will to do my best within the present circumstances. I may not be able to make things best or better, but I might be able to make them the best way possible with the time present, with the circumstances I'm presented with. And that's as good as it's gonna get, unfortunately. It's not gonna get any better than that. And I think that's everything we should always remember. So the best thing we can do for ourselves in the future is to just grow the inner toughness to, no matter what happens, do our best to put on a brave face and carry on. And that's all we can do, because we're only humans. So yeah, I hope you found it enlightening, useful, or entertaining at the very least. And hope you're all safe and as stable as possible. And until next time, bye.